What's up, guys? This your boy Mr. I-240. I'm back with another episode today. This one is the Survivor Series review from this past Saturday Survivor Series, which was off the chain, where we seen returns, Punk, Orton, Charlotte, and Becky made up. Cody and Seth is cordial. I guess I ain't say they best friends, they cordial. Gunther dominating, continue his historic reign. Everybody's still coming for him. They want it in blood. So that pay-per-view was a good pay-per-view in Chicago. Crazy house, you know what I'm saying? Oh, my bad. Before I get side off track, I was still excited from the event. Days later, most importantly, I gotta give my respect and shout out to the highest power, the Messiah, Yahweh. Y'all call him Jesus Christ, Yahweh. You know what I'm saying? If it weren't for him, it wouldn't be no me, won't be no Paige, and it most definitely won't be no y'all. So, with that being said, also guys, we almost on our way to 400 subscribers. So hopefully I still got this subscriber Kelly on here. Baby girl, we's on our way. So to the Memphis Wrestling episode, if y'all been paying attention to my page, each time I hit a milestone number, I'm gonna hit y'all with a personal storyline episode or something that I just want to do something for y'all, because stuff like that. So y'all keep on paying attention to stuff like that. So once we reach this 400, we're on our way to 500, and then that's when the Chris Benoit episode come out, the Inner Demons jump. So shoot, that's just the announcement I want to give y'all, and I just want to thank y'all for appreciation for the love I've been giving y'all, and appreciate the love that the On Heart episode got to, that y'all on 32 views or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I can't complain. Views is views. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get it as I can, and I gotta be back consistent and give y'all that grind, that content, that shine. That's how I got the 395. Also, appreciate the love for the WCW joint and the Bray Wyatt joint. So go check them episodes out. Comment, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? If you follow the Instagram, follow your Instagram too, to Wrestling I-240, and you follow the I-240 page on TikTok, go check them joints out. You know what I'm saying? So, follow the joint to support your boy, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying, be a content creator and, follow my dreams and take it to the next level. You know what I'm saying? So, hey. But with that being said, let's talk about it. So we all know this Survivor Series is a historic event around this crazy holiday, which I think is pagan, but it's not about that. I'm starting to learn about that, but it's a whole nother episode. But it's normally done around Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying? Where every year, you have the elimination matches, classic moments, you know what I'm saying? It's like a big moment, championship moment, you know what I'm saying? Just a big wrestling historic moment around the time of Survivor Series. Where, of course, you got Undertaker debut when he gave everybody that work. Then, of course, you got The Rock with the genuine S-curl, who's the sole survivor in his match. Then, of course, you got the Montreal Screwjob with Bret Hart. Sting debuted. NXT took over Survivor Series. The Rock and John Cena joined forces when they really had beef against The Miz and R-Truth. For the first time, The Shield debuted, and those are three of the best wrestlers in today, right now. Undertaker beating Hulk Hogan. The Rock joined Vince McMahon in the corporation. Stone Cold got ran over with a car. Big Show became champion that night. Goldberg defeated Brock Lesnar in 8 seconds. I can keep on going. Y'all get the point, right? So, this year wasn't any different. And we're going to start with the first match and what led up to it and yada, yada, yada. Because we know the match was good, 4 out of 5, but we'll get to it. But what led to this? What was the vital points that led to the match? Here we have the women's War Game match, where it's Bianca Belair, Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, Shotzi versus Damage Control, Bayley, Io, newly returned Kairi Sane, and new member Asuka. Now, vital point, Damage Control has had feuded with Bianca Belair for almost a year and a half, which all started at SummerSlam 2022 when Bianca defeated Becky Lynch, and this when Becky Lynch had injured her shoulder. And this was, of course, that's when the next night they put Becky on the shelf. Then Becky returned last year at War Games, giving him the 2-piece and the biscuit. Becky, then that was the beginning of Becky Lynch versus Bayley feud heading towards WrestleMania season, where they had a steel cage match, and they was in a 6-man woman tag where it was Damage Control versus Trish Stratus and Lita. And then, of course, shortly after that, Trish Stratus betrayed it on Becky, and we all know she took out Lita. So, shortly after that feud ended, Io Sky won the Money in the Bank. It was even at one point while Dakota Sky had got injured, they was teasing tension between Bayley and Io. Like Bayley was gonna turn on her, or Bayley was jealous of her. Then at SummerSlam, she cashed in her Money in the Bank contract on Bianca when Bianca had just won the match on the injured knee against Charlotte and Asuka for the championship. And Bianca took some time off and stuff like that. And of course, I feel like Io women's title run been lit. I ain't gonna argue. She working on her English and stuff like that, where she defeated Asuka, Zelina Vega, Charlotte Flair, and she defeated Charlotte Flair and Asuka at Fastlane. Then of course, shortly after that, Bianca had returned to join Flair and Shotzi. Shotzi had beef with Damage Control because they had cut her hair with storyline mode, but we all know why she did it, because her sister got cancer and she want to support her sister, and there ain't nothing wrong with that F cancer. I got a grandma that got took out by cancer, you heard me? So I can respect that. Then of course, Bianca won it back in blood at Crown Jewel, but damn, or returning Kairi Sane return and cost Bianca the championship. Bayley had a confused look and she didn't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to remember, I think before Kairi Sane got released, Bayley took her out. When, Kairi Sane and Asuka was feuding with Bayley and Sasha over the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. You know what I'm saying? So we all know by the look of it, they slowly building it up where Damage Control going to betray Bayley and Bayley going to become a face again. But during the booking of this, leading to that, they officially booked the Women's War Game match. Except it was it 5 against 4? Yeah, it was 5 on 4. And they needed a partner. And it was no other than Becky Lynch, the man. Now, we all know the history between Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch. I feel like it was professional jealousy, you know what I'm saying? Because Charlotte was up here, and Becky, because Becky really got put on when she turned heel, but then when Nia Jax gave Becky that 2-piece and a biscuit, bust to the nose, it took off to the next level. And I guess Charlotte was probably threatened by her spot, or hell, Charlotte was probably dealing with a lot. We don't know. And we know the history between the two. They had the classic feuds and stuff like that, which I will be doing an episode on it if y'all paid attention. And the professional jealousy between the two, where they traded shots against each other, involving Charlotte Dad and, Self and, varieties and stuff like that. And it felt good to see them back together. Even though when they joined each other on SmackDown, it was still tension between the two. And so, you didn't know. But you got to remember, too, and also, they did promos on each other, and then you remember the infamous incident where they tossed the championship towards each other. Even during the Friday Night SmackDown show, even Bayley brought it up, how they talked about each other behind each other back. You know what I'm saying? But the match happened. It was a great match. You had Io Shirai flipping off the Sky flipping off the steel cage. Bayley trying to save the team to get the dub. Hell, Becky and Charlotte hugged in the match because they missed each other like sisters. But at the end of the day, Team EST got the dub, and it was a 4 out of 5. 4.5 out of 5. It was very emotional, good storytelling, great spots. You know what I'm saying? Especially with the Charlotte and Becky. You know what I'm saying? Damage Control looked like I said, it looked like they would kick Bayley out because Bayley did take the fall. So you got to see where the storylines go from there. And they had the Fresh conference where Becky and Charlotte got emotional, especially Becky. Because if it weren't for each other, they wouldn't be basically they career they won't be having successful careers without each other. So we'll see where they go. Then my next match, my boy Santos Escobar, he back on his bull-ish. He's a heel again. He's actually a better heel than the face, to be honest with you. If y'all paid attention to NXT, Escobar is a better heel than he is a face. We can all agree to that. You know what I'm saying? We know he's a very good wrestler. But he can speak good English, very good. So you can clearly understand what he's saying. So I won't be surprised if I see him as a world champion or whatever. Because I feel like, me and my homeboy talked about it all the time. It's probably why Oscar didn't have that good connection with the belt. And it's probably why Shinsuke had that good connection, of getting the belt. Because of the English bears and stuff like that, because when they be doing their promos, the fans be like, what, and all that, and yeet, and yeah, and, different stuff like that. But it was him versus Dragon Lee, who came from the Ring of Honor, putting in that work. So, this match kind of happened where it all started when Escobar and Rey Mysterio and the crew came together. This was during the time Rey was having a hard time with his son in Judgment Day. Because you gotta remember, Dominic betrayed his father and betrayed Edge at the Clash of Castle. And they were slowly building up to that match at WrestleMania. Then they had the match at WrestleMania. Rey got the dub thanks to Bad Bunny. But the beef was still on. They had various matches. Like I said, you had the WrestleMania match. You had Selena Vega versus Rhea Ripley for the Women's Championship. And of course, the main event that night, I forgot to put this on there, Bad Bunny versus Damian Priest in a street fight. You know what I'm saying? So, but for a few months, they started, shortly after that, LWO on the, then after a while, they started teasing tension between, especially after the returning Carlito had joined LWO, who had issues with Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits at Fastlane. But then shortly after that, during that time, they had a United States Championship Invitational Tournament for Austin Theory, who's the U.S. champion at the time. Well, it was 2 fatal 4-way matches where you had where Austin Theory, who had beat John Cena at WrestleMania, he gave John Cena that 2-piece and a biscuit because John Cena can't go hard like that, pause, because he a Hollywood actor. But Escobar won his match first in a fatal 4-way against AJ Styles, Grayson Waller, Butch, and he won. He won. My bad. So he met Rey in the finals, but the match had to be stopped because Rey had got a concussion. But so it was supposed to be Escobar versus Theory for the U.S. Championship. But Theory attacked Escobar backstage. Ooh, screaming. And Escobar was like, nah, bro, I'm going to get my shine in. And then as Escobar was coming out, Austin Theory attacked Escobar in the knee again. And Rey replaced him and got the dub and became the U.S. champion. And it went downhill from there. Because the next week on SmackDown, they had the Grayson Waller effect, where Grayson Waller was starting to instigate. Well, like it was tension between Rey and Escobar. But, I say a month or 2 later, Escobar wanted a match with Rey for the U.S. title. Rey got the dub. Then shortly after that, he fought Logan Paul. But Rey was doing his thing until somebody came out and left the brass knucks in the ring. But Escobar didn't try to get the brass knucks, so he was chasing after the person who that was. Logan Paul hit Rey, boom, knockout. 1, 2, 3. Logan Paul, United States Championship run. So great already, he ain't even been on the show. Well, he just came back. So, that Friday, LWO came out, talking about their plans, address the fans, what they gonna do and all that. Then my main man, Carlito, came out, saying, Rey, you shouldn't blame Logan for what he did. You need to blame Escobar. And then they started arguing and stuff like that. Where Rey was talking to Carlito, Rey was talking to Escobar, and Escobar got fed up and left the ring because he felt like you choosing him over me. I started this with you. I got the tattoo on my hand. You know what I'm saying? So, the next week, Carlito had a match with Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley won. The Street Profits and them was putting in that work. But Escobar was just watching because he didn't want to make the save. Then Rey and the crew came out Santos trying to talk to Ray, but Ray pushed him. And shoot, Santos just snapped and gave Ray that work. And he told Ray it was supposed to be me and you. I love you. I look up to you. You made me do this. And of course, Ray was on the pole, legs between the pole with a pause. Santos put his leg in between the pole. He did the sliding knee. Boom, Ray on the shelf for the surgery. Then, of course, the next week, Santos came out and did a vicious promo. He was saying, I hope your surgery didn't go well. I hope they found the infection. I hope you never come back. Then there was Selena Vega came out. He was talking trash. I don't need you. Slap. The other two dudes came out. I can't pronounce their names. I think I know it's Joaquin Wild, and I think the other dude's name is Saul, whatever. They trying to talk to the man. He said, I don't need one of you. I don't need y'all. I'm dead. And Santos gave him that work, that 2-piece and a biscuit. Carlito made the save. Santos ran. But then the next week on SmackDown, well, the week before, that week, the day before Survivor Series, him and Carlito had a segment. He said, I blame you. You're not LWO. You want family. You the reason why Ray ain't coming back. It's your fault. I got the tattoo on my hand. Then him and Carlito got into it. The referees broke it up. They took Santos in the back, so we thought. Santos came out from the other side, put the knee in Carlito's shoulder, gave him that work. Then they went backstage. Santos had to finish it up. He kind of did. Then my boy Dragon Lee made the save. So, made the save. They had the match. Escobar, big time. He had a big time win in Chicago in front of the world. There you go. All right, excuse me, y'all. All right. So, the next match, you got The Miz versus Gunther. Now, we all know that I'm doing the episode of the all-time great Intercontinental Champions. Who the best Intercontinental Champion of all time? Well, the best reign of all time. I'm sorry. So, I think these two are on my list. I know Gunther is Mr. Perfect, Randy Savage. Well, I'm going to promote it today on product, whatever. Re-promote it like that. But, yeah. So, because you got Gunther, who been over champion for almost 530-some days plus. Miz is a 9-time WWE champion. Now, how this match came together was on a promo of SmackDown where the champ just disrespected the Miz, saying, you beneath me, you're trash, you're nothing. Damn, the Miz is a 2-time Grand Slam champion. And this man telling you trash? So the Miz tried to get back in blood, but but the champ laid him out. So then they had a fatal 4-way for the Intercontinental Championship, where it was a controversy double fall, where you had the Miz versus Ivar, who's doing great without his partner. Hope Eric get well. But I like how they building Ivar solo run, because Ivar is putting in that work. Plus on the live shows, he fought at Roman Reigns for the championship. I told you they were probably doing a test run. Now he had a good feud with Bronson Reed. Whereas Ivar versus Bronson Reed versus Ricochet. Then, Miz won the match. They had their final encounter on Raw, where Miz hit him with the low blow in the skull-crushing finale. Then the match was set. Let's build this up. You got the Miz, 8-time Intercontinental Champion, who defeated the Jason Jordans, the Dean Ambrose, the Roman Reigns, the Cesaro, the Kofi Kingstons, the Jeff Hardys, the Dolph Zigglers. All this time doing his 8-month title reign. Even had the classic match at No Mercy, where Dolph Ziggler's career was on the line. Where Dolph Ziggler won with his shoe off. With just a sock on. Then you got my main man. I didn't think the Gunther name was going to work. But I'm sorry, it did work. I was just concerned because I liked the Walter better. But the Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship, as he called it. 532 days and counting. He defeated Drew McIntyre, Sheamus, Rey Mysterio, Chad Gable, Tommaso Ciampa, Bronson Reed, Braun Strowman. All these matches have been bangers. He been putting in that work. Doing what he do best. When we all know when he finally lose their belt, he's going for the undisputed or the World Heavyweight Championship in a matter of time. And you got to forget, Gunther entered number 1 in the Royal Rumble and lost to Cody Rhodes. You know what I'm saying? It's a rumored match in Minnesota, but I don't want to spill the beans on it, but it's a rumored match that's happening at WrestleMania 40. I think 41, 40, whatever that is. Yeah, but y'all catch my drift. I just don't want to spill it because you never know what happened in the WWE. So, they had the match. It was back and forth, low blows, finger folds. But Gunther got the dub and put the Miz in the ground. And even the Miz said he want a rematch. Though not only do Chad Gable want a rematch, but the Miz want a rematch for the title. This man is so cold, he took the Intercontinental Championship to the next level. I feel like it's almost more prestigious than Seth Rollins' World Heavyweight Championship. I'm sorry, but I mean, come on now. Who don't want to be Intercontinental Champion right now? That's why they got Logan Paul with the belt on SmackDown, because they might just really care about the U.S. title. I mean, Ray was a good champion, but like, we need that excitement, that flair. So that's why they put the belt on Logan Paul, and they got a tournament for the U.S. Championship right now. You know what I mean? So you got to think about that. But shout out to them guys. That was a good classic match for the fans. It didn't disappoint. Everybody wanted the Miz to win, but Gunther was just too strong, too dominant, too crafty, too wise, and too technical for the Miz can handle. Then, of course, you got Rhea Bloody Ripley. I don't like that bloody part, but it's cool, though. Whatever. Then you got my girl, Zoe Starks. Zoe Starks is a young, upcoming talent who been in the W for 2 years. Where she was on NXT, where she teamed up with Io Sky. They became a team. And she had her little fusing matches with Cora Jade. Had a nice match on Heatwave against Mandy Rose in her dominant title reign. Beat up Gigi Dolan. She had a match with Raquel Gonzalez, Roxanne Perez, but she made her roster debut, but it wasn't kind of going too well. But then she, she had joined Trish Stratus during the Becky Lynch feud that lasted over the summer, because they had the classic match in my hometown in Memphis, and in the Falls Count Anywhere, where she made a mistake and put Trish to the table. Then of course, Becky and Trish Stratus had the classic steel cage match at Payback, where Trish Stratus was talking that trash, that junk, and then Zoe Starks sent Trish ass home. So then of course she was a part of the Fatal Five, where Crown Jewel, where it was her, Shayna Baszler, Nia Jax, Rhea Ripley, and Raquel Gonzalez, but the champ retained. Alright. Then, of course, Zoe had earned her stripes in a number 1 contender Battle Royal Gauntlet, whatever, at Survivor Series against the champion. Then, of course, we got the champion, Rhea Ripley. The fine, goth, voluptuous, whatever you want to call it, but she fine as hell. I'm sorry. Who defeated Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania 39 after the previous 3 years ago. Charlotte Flair had defeated her at the COVID WrestleMania for the NXT Championship. Yeah, and she got it back in blood. Because you gotta remember, Rhea Ripley did win the Royal Rumble this year too. And she came in from number 2. So, she been running the rough shot over the women's division, where she slain Selena Vega. She went to NXT, gave Roxanne Perez that work. Hell, she even whooped Tozawa with the dancing. Then, now she had a tough physical matchup against Zoe Starks, but Mommy always stayed on top and got the dub and retained. Because we all know at one point they're going to tease again Becky Lynch versus Rhea Ripley for the Women's Championship. Then, of course, the men's War Games main event. Judgment Day. See, I could have been on this subject all day, but I had to try to squeeze in as much as I can, because I don't want to give y'all an hour video. I promise. I don't. Because them hour junks be long as hell. I'm just being real. Them junks be long as hell. That's why, but if it was like I'm gonna say if it was like a biography episode or whatever, I wouldn't mind doing it. But it's just a review, and it's just a regular episode. And I just want to get back consistent because I'm trying to take this to the next level. Because I really love this. I love y'all, and I really appreciate the love the page you've been getting. But back to business. Judgment Day versus Jey Uso, Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, Sami Zayn. Judgment Day's been running roughshod this summer. You got to think about the highlights of the summer right here. Oh, I forgot Randy Orton, my bad. Judgment Day been running roughshod over Raw. During that time, Dirty Dom is a 2-time North American champion. He defeated Wes Lee for the title, lost to Trick Williams, gained it back thanks to the Crew. Now he 2-time, like I said, North American champion. And he fought Wes Lee. He fought Wes Lee, Trick Williams, Dragon Lee, and I think he fought Nathan Frazier. So it's been an impressive summer. Then you got Finn Balor and Damian Priest. They done had tension for a minute against each other at one point during the summer when Priest became Money in the Bank during the feud of Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship. Even at the point where they were Finn Balor had got back with his homeboy JD McDonagh, which Judgment Day didn't really like at first. But then during that time, they became 2-time WWE Undisputed World Tag Team Champs, where they beat Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn at Payback. This was the moment where Rhea Ripley speared Kevin Owens through a barricade. Then, of course, they lost to Cody Rhodes and Jey. I forgot what pay-per-view it was. Y'all remember, put them in the comments. And they won them back. They won them back on Raw, thanks to their teammate, Drew McIntyre. You know what I mean? Then you got JD McDonagh, you know what I'm saying? The wild card, the new member, the submission specialist, where he had a feud with Braun Breaker, Dragunov in NXT UK and NXT. Santos Escobar when they had the classic ladder match, champion versus champion. But he made his roster debut, destroying Dolph Ziggler. Then shortly after that, he got back up with good friend Finn Balor, but Judgment Day wasn't feeling him, especially Damian Priest. He was very hard on me at first. But then after months of proving himself, sacrificing his body, Damian Priest gave him the jacket. Welcome to the Judgment Day. We all know at one point they're going to kick Damian out because Damian been wearing his own stuff lately. So we forget that Damian Priest solo run. And speaking of Damian Priest, dog, dude was a hell of a United States champion, bro. Like, you got to remember, like, dude was a hell of a United States champion. If y'all didn't see the Extreme Rules match where it was him versus Sheamus versus Jeff Hardy, that was a very slept on match. And plus, him and Sheamus had a banger at SummerSlam. You know what I'm saying? So Damian Priest as a solo star is something special. And I can see him being world champion by himself. Especially with the international mix with the Spanish crowd and he decent on the mic and stuff like that. Stuff like that. That would work. Then, of course, we got Drew McIntyre. So he joined the team after officially costing Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso the titles, after giving Jey Uso the Claymore. So, for revenge for what Jey Uso did to him when he was in the bloodline. Drew was starting to go through a crazy change after he came back from his return. First, it was supposed to be him and Riddle from the Star of Freedom, but Riddle got suspended, got drunk, and got felt on at the airport. I don't know. That man said it. So, months after losing to Gunther at SummerSlam for the Intercontinental Championship, and then what made it even worse, Jey Uso joining Raw didn't make it no better. Because the bloodline put Drew through hell. And Drew didn't forget. From the SmackDown episode on August 26th, when it was Sami Zayn versus Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre got the dub, but the bloodline came out and gave him that 2-piece in a biscuit right here, right there, and I think I screenshot it one picture, and right there. Then you had the insult to injury when Roman Reigns stood over his chair with the belts hold on. This is my industry. This is mine. And Drew never forgot that. And of course, they had the match at Clash of the Castle. Solo cost him the championship. And he started not to trust Jay. Like, they might trust you, but I don't trust you. But the 2 encounters that they had on Raw, Drew got the dub. Not once, but twice. Then, of course, you got the drama of Cody and Seth Rollins' relationship. Could they coexist? You know, because you do remember Seth Rollins probably felt like Cody stole his shine. And I hate to say it, Cody did. I mean, did Cody really earn that spot at WrestleMania last year? I mean, this year. Did he really earn that spot? I'm just being honest with you. You know what I'm saying? And you got to look at it from Seth's point of view. I've been defending the company. This man here been going against the company. You know what I'm saying? I've been the one been holding it down, putting in work. And you want to give him a main event spot? That should be me, because I've been the one holding it down. He tried to put us out of business, and y'all welcome him back with open arms. So you gotta think about that. And plus, Seth Rollins' record against Cody Rhodes is Cody Rhodes' record against Seth Rollins is 3-0. So Seth Rollins then ain't got that bad taste out his mouth. But I feel like they became a cordial. I ain't gonna say they best friends, but I feel like they became cordial and they respect each other. But during that time, they started feuding, beefing on the show. So Adam Pearce just had enough, and they made the match official. But except the team needed a 5th man. Then of course Cody had announced it that week of the show that our 5th partner is no other than the Viper, Randy Orton. So Randy Orton, who's returning from an 18-month layoff, attacked from the bloodline, and Jey Uso looking scared and shook because another person from his past hunted him, and he was on his own. Because we all knew Randy was going to want it back in blood. Randy Orton had returned as Priest was trying to cash in his Money in the Bank contract. Everybody was shocked, shook. They even had a tease of a moment where Randy Orton was going to give Jey Uso that RKO because he told Jey Uso, I didn't forget. But Jey Uso kicked Damian Priest. Then, of course, Team Rose won, especially before that, the RKO off the steel cage that shocked the world. Then, of course, as the babyface celebrate their win, hell has frozen over. CM Punk is back. The crowd was going crazy. Michael Cole singing, dancing, going crazy. Bayley, Kofi Kingston, welcome with open arms. Why I'm not surprised that Kofi Kingston and Bayley welcome Punk back with open arms. Because you got to remember, CM Punk and Kofi was close. Hell, they became tag team champions together. That was a great team, actually. Then, of course, you got Bayley, who known AJ for a long time. But it was one person that was upset. No other than the world champion. Once again, he feel like somebody's stealing my shine. I'm the one defending the company. This man here been trying to tear us down for 8 years. And y'all welcome him back. Why? Because it was at a point they had heat with each other over the past couple of years. Seth said his subliminals. CM Punk said his subliminals. Even, Seth Rollins calling Punk a cancer in the locker room this year at the Royal Rumble. You know what I'm saying? Especially with Punk history at AEW. The tensions with the Adam Page, the Young Bloods, the Young Bucks and the Elite, Kenny Omega, Colt Cabana while he wasn't on TV. So it was at a point where Seth Rollins started throwing middle fingers. I'm like, F you, come on, fight me, motherfucker. He was going off telling Michael Cole, like, look at here, if that motherfucker's still backstage, I'm gonna knock his ass out. With the 2-piece in the biscuit, maybe the gravy too. Then, it was said backstage, like I just said. So we all know they starting to slowly build this feud up for night 1, WrestleMania. So CM Punk might get his main event dream true, and Seth Rollins might get his big moment. Because I feel like Seth is going to win. Personally, I feel like Seth is going to win. Seth said on Raw, I'm not going to waste my time talking about a hypocrite. And Punk said a lot of folks are scared of change. So they're gonna slowly build this thing up. I don't know if Punk will win a Royal Rumble, might win an Elimination Chamber, but we're heading towards that direction in Philadelphia, in Lincoln Field. And it's gonna be rocking. You know what I'm saying? You got two great main events. Cody Rhodes. We all know they're gonna do Cody versus Roman Reigns part 2. Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns part 2. Seth Rollins versus CM Punk. Who's the best in the world? The Architect or the best in the world? Who's the best wrestler of the two? Who is the better man? Because you got to remember, Punk still got the juice. Punk can still go. At 44, 45, that boy can still go. You know, AEW, the boy defeated MJF in that long, nice feud. He defeated Jon Moxley. He defeated Adam Page. Teamed up with Sting and Darby Allin. Defeated Samoa Joe at AEW biggest event ever. That out-top WWE. The biggest event in wrestling history. He was a part of that. Look, I know a lot of folks don't like him. A lot of folks think he's a cancer. But it's the same thing they said about Terrell Owens in the NFL. But the one thing you cannot take away is his talent. You cannot take away CM Punk talent. Because they say the same thing about T.O. And the thing about T.O. and Punk, they never cheated you. T.O. showed up on the field. CM Punk showed up in the ring. So no matter what you say about him, he is an asset to the company. I mean, CM Punk record, so stuff at Survivor Series said it all. My boy is money. Even Dirty Dom knows that. If y'all don't see the clip where they was in the ring, Dirty Dom was like, he's money, nigga. What you want me to do? You know what I mean? So, with that being said, man, that was the review. I want to say I love y'all and I appreciate y'all. And also, yes, because I got to get, now I want to get to the real stuff. That Junkyard Dog is coming soon, so I'm going to start working on it probably today or probably tomorrow, and that will be dropping soon. I really want to appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Like I said, if it want for no Yahweh, no Jesus Christ, it won't be no him. It won't be no me. Won't be no Page. It won't be no y'all. I love y'all. I'm out. Peace.